Okay, so instead of a test in this unit, you're going to do a menu math task. And I thought I'd make a video to explain to you what a menu math task is and how it is that you're going to go about completing it. So your goal is you're going to come up with as few linear equations as you can that meet the criteria that are given in this chart. So your goal is to come up with an equation that meets all of these things. You might have all four equations needed in order to meet those conditions, or you might be able to meet all of the conditions in one or two of the equations. Okay, so what's going to happen? So for example, and I'm hoping that you come up with more complex equations than what I'm going to write down here. But I might say that I have the equation y is equal to 1x plus 6. And then if that is the equation that I am using, I'm going to look through the criteria above and I'm going to say under this section here which conditions are met. So for example, I might say, and this may or may not be the correct answer, that this relationship has a negative rate of change. Then I'm going to explain how I know, looking at that equation, that this equation has a negative rate of change. So for example, I might say this has a negative rate of change because, and what is it that I'm seeing in that equation that creates that negative rate of change? If it meets more than one criteria, I might say that this has a, it might grow slower than the relationship y equals 5x plus 1. So I'm going to say, okay, it also meets D, and then I know because, and I'm going to explain that here. So as I'm going, I'm likely going to be crossing off the conditions that I've met. Once I have found the equation, written the conditions that it meets, then I'm going to graph my equation of my line. Then I'm going to come back up to my criteria and create a second equation. My goal is to have as few equations as possible. So you could get full marks by maybe doing one or two graphs. You might not need all four. Then there's a part B. You've got two relationships here. You have y equals 3x minus 1, and you have relation B on the graph. You're going to tell me which line is steepest and how you know, and which one has a higher y-intercept and how you know. This checklist is here so that you can make sure that you have all the pieces of the assignment that need to be marked, and always make sure that you check your rubric to make sure you know how you're being marked. If you have any questions, make sure you ask your classroom teacher.